Nestled in the countryside of Cheshire, we have Oulton Park racing circuits. 60 years it's gathered a reputation to be a really tricky track for both cars and the driver. It comprises of 3 layouts, and tonight we are using the 2.26 miles island configuration. Good evening everyone, it's Green Army 2009 here with League 1 action of the BTCC fans Ps4 league group. Got a few things coming in tonight, not many tonight. Yep, Carl, not many. Bullion, Evenall, come in. Shame after last night, yeah. Bullion had a terrific race and he sort of messed it and got tangled up with someone on the last lap, but hey ho, live and learn. Anyway, so there is our host, who is Scott tonight. He's just weaving around trying to get his warmth in the tyres. I'm just coming through the chicane here. I think he probably will be the first person to set a flying lap. I don't think anyone else is in front of him. I think he might have been the oh no, Mampster might have been the first one out actually. I think Mampster will be coming down to Deers Leap now, I do believe. In the lodge in Deers Leap, yeah, so Mampster will be going on to his flying lap now. Should we, let's go on board with him to see. Let's go on roof cam. So there we go, Oulton Park. So that was Old Hall Corner. Oh, and I say that he's now just spanned right round. Okay, commentators. Curse hopefully wasn't listening to me. Oh dear. Okay. Hamby there's just moving out of the way. So Scott is just coming down. Oh yeah, Scott is now just coming down along Lakeside up to the island hairpin. That is Mampster, I think, in front of him. Now he's coming across to Hilltop, which leads down to the Hizzy chicanes, and then Knickerbrook. He's up over the hill now, coming down into Hizzy's chicane, and then Knickerbrook corner, which then he'll go up to Clay Hill, onto the double apex corner of Druids. Call it double apex, I suppose it is, because you're cutting tight there and you've got that other apex, but it's a pretty fast corner with these guys tonight. Under Warwick Bridge and then into Lodge Corner. Anyone listening last night, people were taking that on all different lines. Up over Deers Leap and onto the start and finish straight into the first corner, which is Old Hall. So as we ride with Scott, Scott is actually leading at this moment. He is our pole sitter at this moment in time. Let's go back trackside. Offcuts in second at the moment with a 127. In practice people were doing a 125, so we'll see. As I say that, JC is just done a 125.4. And that is Sparky, I think, just oh, JC is now decided to go in. So Scott is now pushed down to third. Disco Racing Stew is back tonight. He didn't race last week. He had other commitments. So it gave Mampster, JC and Scott some valuable points to catch him up. So Disco Racing Stew at the moment, who we're looking at now, is on 106 points. Mampster is in second with 91. JC is third with 89, and Scott is there with 88. Sparky's in fifth with 81. So evening Shadow Stalker, hope you recovered from last night's racing. So Mampster has gone top with a 124. That's an impressive time. A 124.9 with even with a dented bonnet. Obviously, he hasn't. That's not slowing him down very much. JC has just gone ahead of Disco Racing Stewie there in second at the moment. We have about 9.5 minutes to go. Stew's on a 125.6. I think he's still on his out lap. Scott is being pushed down to 4th. Offcut is there in 5th. Hamby in that blue BMW is in 6th. And Sparky is there in 7th. We've only got 7 out of the 11 tonight. I don't think Mike is here, Rathchild or Jack. And I don't think I see Cody Pop either tonight. No, Cody's not here either. There is Shadowstalker. Can anyone hear me or not? Sorry, I've just done all this spill. Just let me see. Put a message in there. So I just seen. Can you hear me all? I'll put it in there as well. Okay. Yeah, Ricky says loud and clear. Carl says, yeah, I can hear. Turn up your volume, Shadowstalker. That's all I've got to say. Oh. Can you read? What, Rick? No. I'm dyslexic. Anyway, sorry. So Sparky is now moved up to 5th. With Offcut in the pits, and Hanby's just lost it coming out of Island Hairpin by the looks of it. So Mampster is leading the way. Yeah, well, Carl can't hear me, no. Okay. Don't know what's going on with his... anyway, Mampster, with 7 minutes to go, Mampster is still out in the front with a 124.921. JC is there in second with a 125. With Disco Racing Stew in third at the moment with a 125. No, he's not. Sparky's just leapfrog Stew then. Stew's now down to 4th. He's just warming up his tyres. He's obviously going for another run. But Stew's been pushed down to 4th. Scott is in the pits. Offcut is 7th, and Hamby is in. Sorry, Hamby's in 7th. Offcut in 6th. So let me just write. So I'm just writing on this stream to see if Shadowstalker can hear me now. Don't want Scott Mini. I hate Oulton. Is that why you sat in the pits, Scott? Anyway, so Mampster is there with 5 minutes to go, sitting on provisional pole. Then it's JC, and then Sparky, and then Disco Racing Stew. I think he's going to try to wring the neck out of that car now to try to get. I think second row won't be too bad. I think he'd rather be up front. Scott has now just come out of the pits. An off-cut and Hamby rounds out 7. Anyone waiting to see the streams that I upload onto YouTube? I've been having problems this week with tech again. So I'm hoping by Friday or the weekend that you will have both League 2 and League 1 up on YouTube for you to watch if you want to relive what's going on here. So with 4 minutes to go, Mamps is still on top with 124.921. Oh, Disco Racing Stew has just gone second with a 125.010 dead. So that was pretty good. He's now coming back out. About 3.5 minutes to go. Will be soon. 3:45. So JC is somewhere. Oh, there he is. The only problem with this, the camera angles, to change at the wrong time. The camera angles are all weird. So JC is looking to see if he can get back above Stu. At the moment, he's looking for about half a second, roughly, out of that Mercedes. Stu's just moving out the way, letting everyone go past, trying to get a clear run at everything. That number 35 car, which I do believe is an Opel. JC is battered. It looks like he's clipped something on several occasions there. Sparky is in the pits. Scott is out of the pits. Lights ablaze. Let's go around Druids there. Off cut 126. And Hamby in a... Wow, okay. That is one battered BMW. Yeah. He's hit a few things. Anyway, 2 minutes to go. We have Mampster leading the way. Still with Disco Racing Stew behind. I think we might get another lap out of this. Where's Stu? I don't know if Stu... Well, he might get another lap. I'm not 100% sure though. Yeah, he should do. He should be able to get another one out of that. JC, I'm not too sure about. Oh, Mampster's just stopped. Mampster's had enough. Mampster's just saying, never mind. Okay. Problem with that Mampster, he probably can't hear me anyway. He needs to sort of move. He just don't want to do another lap. Fair enough. Stu is just coming up into Druids now, I do believe. Yeah. Stu really wants this pole position, I think. See if he can run away at the start, especially after missing last week with other commitments. He goes down to Deer Leap. What is his time? Still a 1:25.10. This will be his last flying lap to try to get in. He's gone very wide there. Very wide. As he comes down the avenue. Into Cascades, out of Cascades, down Lakeside to Island Bend. Nope. Stu saying enough's enough. With 10 seconds to go. Who's left out on track? JC managed to get through, so this will be his last lap. He's sliding it round Cascades there. Up towards the island hairpin. It's only him and Scott. Oh, and Mampster is still on. Just outbraked himself going around there a bit, I think. Slammed on the brakes a little bit too much. But Mampster is there, just slowly going over the line, I think. Let's just stay with JC. 61 seconds to get across the line, he should be okay. Scott is just crossing the line there. Scott stays 5th. JC's just coming into Druids. He's gone very, very wide there. I don't think that he's not going to improve his time. So that is your half an hour, your 15 minutes qualifying. Sorry, losing my bearings then. So there we have. Mampster is your pole position man, followed by Disco Racing Stew, JC Hop, Sparky LUFC, Scott Mini 183, Offcut 25, and Hamby. That is your grid for race 1. Remember, race 2 of this evening is 11 laps and it's a jumbled up grid. So we're just syncing everyone up now. And they're off. Oh, it's a bit of an even start. Sparky got bogged down a little bit, so did Scott by the looks of it. But Mampster got a flyer. Disco Racer Stew's under pressure from JC. Goes a bit wide there. Let's just stick with Mampster to see at the front end view. Yeah, Mampster is gone there. Followed by Disco Racing Stew. They're coming down Cascades now. Let's just watch this to see who goes wide. Yes, they don't. Not too bad. Scott nearly got into Hanby there, which was there. He's now having a look at Stew. Sorry, Scott. Sorry, not Stew. So it's been relatively quiet. Everyone's just spread out a little bit. I think Scott's on a charge. Hamby's quite close behind. They all get through Hizzies and Knickerbrook. Up over the hill. Just right with Scott at the moment because he is quite close to have a look. Will he have a look? Oh, he's on 2 wheels and that's pushed him wide. Has he kept out of the barrier? Yeah, he has. He's kept his position as well. But these 2 BMWs are going to be bearing down. Hanby and Sparky will be bearing down on him now. So where he was actually challenging, he's now got to defend from these 2. Let's have a look out the front. So the gap has closed. Stew has closed in a little bit on Mampster. He's got a brilliant run coming out of Hold Hall. Can he carry that momentum down into Cascades? He swings that car in. Bit of drifting there again. He's carrying a lot more speed. A lot more speed than Mampster coming out of there. Let's go down to the island hairpin. Mampster keeps it in tight. Very tight indeed. I think Stu might have had a run on him coming out there, but no, the power of the BMW has just managed to keep him, Mampster, in front. This is the battle at the moment. Everyone else seems to be spread out a lot more. I think him being an off-cut might be a little bit closer looking at the times, but Mampster's managed to just pull away a little bit. Don't know if Stu's made a mistake. Third place is JC. And Scott made it round that corner that time, no problem. After his little 2 wheels excursion just a minute ago. And then we have, this is what I mean about the cameras, there's Sparky. He was going pretty well, and Hamby with off-cut not that far behind. I think in the next couple corners, if off-cut can keep it nice and tidy, Hamby will be swallowed up by him, I think. So Mampster has got a 0.7 of a gap in front of Stu. So go around the island hairpin again for the third time. And this is a 14 lap race. We're on lap 3 at the moment. Just need to keep it nice and smooth. So he's pulling away a little bit from Stu. Let's see how JC is getting on. There seems to be a bit of a battle between, I was going to say Hamby and Sparky, and I say that and Hamby's gone off. That means Offcut has now gone up to 6th place. Sparky, I think, is out on his own a little bit now. I think so's Scott. He's trying to chase down JC. He's getting a bit closer. Oh, and he runs really wide. I think he might be listening to the comms. I think he needs to shut me out and focus on his racing. Say that JC's just gone a bit wide coming out of Cascades, which is gives Scott a little bit of a run. Is he going to have a look into the island hairpin? They go in tight. Scott's got a better run coming out. Flash of the lights. JC ain't going to be bothered with that. He's just going to stick to his racing line. These two scrobbling means that Sparky is catching them up slowly. Oh, and Scott just clobbered the chicane, the curb on the chicane there. I thought he was going to go straight off into the tyre barrier head first, which would have been a painful and a big mistake, but he's managed to see if he can keep his composure, to see if he can catch back up now to JC. But then saying that, Sparky is behind, and with Scott slowing down because he clobbered that curb, does mean that Sparky is going to, might be able to catch up, but they've spread out evenly at the moment. So let's move on back to Mampster, who's now just gone out of shot as he come down the avenue. Stu's still there trying to get some of that time, get that gap down. Excuse me, guys. And close right into braking. Mampson takes a really, he took a wider line coming out there that time. Stu took a smaller bit. Everything's just settled down now on lap 5. Oh, I say that, but there they are again. Here comes Scott. Here comes JC. Into the Hizzy chicane, and then up to Knickerbrook. JC got a better run through the chicane. Scott's got his lights ablaze. Let's have a look at some of the comments that is coming through. Ooh, bit of a twitch there. Is that Sparky trying to have a go at Scott now? I think. Just lost that camera. What's happened? Scott's gone wide. Sparky's gone sideways. But no, it's still the same. Scott in 4th, Sparky in 5th. So have a look at some of the comments. No incident forms needed for this round, I sense. Possibly not. Everyone's keeping it nice and clean at the moment. So just watch Sparky come down through Cascades and on to the Lakeside Straight. Poddy flat, come on Scott. Well, Scott's got a couple of fans in tonight, as I just cut to him, and he's now right on JC's boot lid again. And there's and Sparky's having a look. The thing is now, he's on 2 wheels, Scott. The thing is, he's trying to attack, now he's got to try to defend. He's gone wide again. Probably gives Sparky a bit of a run going up the hill and into Druids. I think Sparky might just sit there and might have a peek going down into Lodge. And he's moved, oh, Scott's just moved across, take the inside line. So he goes into Lodge and then down into Deer's Leap. Just moved back a bit, Sparky has. But there you go, 4 corners before this. Oh, Sparky's got a run on the inside. Ooh, I think Sparky might have packed that, but oh, Scott went a bit deep. 4 or 5 corners ago, Scott was challenging for 3rd position. Now he's trying to defend Sparky off for 4th. So there we are. Scott's in 4th. Sparky's there in 5th. On the island hairpin. This is the battle to look out for at the moment. Oh, and Scott's just gone really wide. Has Sparky got the momentum to go down into the hissy chicane? And Knickerbrook, he's looking, he's just pulled back in. He's just going to sit there, I think, at the moment. Scott's making some mistakes tonight. Again, he's gone wide coming out of Knickerbrook. Up over Clay Hill, Sparky has dropped back a little bit. I'm not too sure if Sparky made a mistake. I didn't see anything. Maybe he's just trying to bide his time to see when he can pounce. He's going to have another look into Lodge. No, Scott, that was a better line through there with Scott. Didn't go wide that time, but he's under a lot of pressure from that BMW. The lead gap's gone to half a second now. Just looking at the timing screens. But this is the battle we're looking at for 4th. This is the battle on track for 4th position between Sparky and Scott on lap 8 of 14. Scott has took a tight line and sweeping out. Sparky's took an even tighter line. Don't think he's going to have a look down into Hizzy's just yet. He's clobbered that curb again. He's got away with it yet again. He's coming up to Clay Hill. Yeah, Sparky's not as close as he has been in the past. Coming up Clay Hill. Coming into the fast right-hander Druids. Scott is just gone wide. Oh, well saved, Scott. You were lucky. Ooh, that could have been a bit disastrous. He managed to... Oh, I don't know how Sparky managed to miss that. Scotty's got a bit of a battered car there. Sparky's now pulled away a bit. So Scott's got a lot of catching up to do. Wonder if Sparky can catch up. Oh, and I say that, Scott just goes off in the background there. Whether Sparky can catch JC, we'll see. But these two have been about the same distance throughout the race. It has been cut down now. Stu is on a run up Clay Hill. Really wants to get in front of Mampster. It's now half a second, but it looks a bit close. Yeah, it's a lot closer than that now as they come up over the finish line for starting of lap 10. So there'll be 4 more to go after this. And Mampster is holding on, but Stu's got a good run. Did go a bit wide, but I think Mampster's going to make that BMW the widest BMW in the world. I think Mampster wants this win. Mind you, so does Stu, so he's going to try every trick that he knows to get past him. And he's pushed him. Oh, that was a little bit. Oh, he's still pushing him out, Mampster is spun. I'm not too sure. Stu has slowed down, but I don't know if he's trying to let Mampster get that place back. But Mampster has lost that place to JC. He sort of went for a gap that wasn't there, really. But we'll have to see what happens from that. Could be classed as a racing incident. I'm not one to... Oh, JC has gone in front. Stu has done the right thing. He's let Mampster get back in front of him, but he's also, in that respect, let JC take the lead. But now Sparky is on the back of... Yeah, Sparky is now on the back of Stu. That was good. That was fair play to Stu there. Let Mampster go through, even though he lost that place to Mampster, to JC. That's fair racing in my book. But and Scotty's still there in 5th. Canberra lost him again, trying to chase down Sparky. So we have a new leader on lap 11 of JC. So let's have a look at the comments a minute. So Bullion said Scott's trimming the grass tonight. Yeah, I think you're right. He's just cutting it down. Carl, oh dear, instant form from the Stu moment there. Yeah, Bullion also, there wasn't a gap there, so he's done the right thing. Yeah, he's definitely done the right thing. Even Rick's just said definitely did the right thing there. Like I said, just also he's lost the lead, but he's done the right thing. Stu has, to give that place back to Mampster. Sparky's now just dropped off of Stu. Stu's again still trying to chase down Mampster. Sparky is there in 4th. There is Stu. There in 3rd. So we're on lap 12 now. JC's got a 2-second lead over Mampster. 2 more laps to go. Let's have a look down there. Hanby is off the road again at Dearsley, but he has lost his bonnet. And I think that bumper is not too far off. I'm sure the team can fix it for the second race. Bit of gaffer tape would do. Offcut's having a bit of a lonely race there on his own. No one seems to be around him. Scott again trying to chase down Sparky. After that bit of a tail whipper coming out of Druids a couple of laps ago. Sparky's just going over the hill now, going into Druids. Stu has caught back up to Mampster. There's definitely quicker. It's definitely quicker than Mampster, but again, he just can't get past him. Mampster has caught JC a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna be able to catch him. We're on lap 13 of 14. So one more to go after this one. So he just swings it round. Yeah, if you can see the 2 in the background there. 1.6. I think Mampster might have just ran out of laps to try to catch this man now. But Stu is definitely closer to Mampster this time. And what's Stu going to do? Is he going to just settle for 3rd? Or is he going to have another lunge at Mampster? Hopefully with a bigger gap this time, but he is definitely closer as they come out of Knickerbrook, going up Clay Hill. He's having a look left, he's having a look right, trying to see if he can put off Mampster a little bit. They both come into Druids, both keep it on the black stuff. Who's got the better run coming out? I think it might be Stu. He's going to have a look into Lodge. No, he's going to think again. Dear Leap, is he going to... Don't think he's close enough to have a look at Old Hall, but Mampster is defending a little bit there. Not too much. Stu takes a tighter line, but it does mean that he's going to go out wide. Which also means he might get a better run down the hill, I find. Down into Cascade. Oh, the back end steps out of that BMW. Oh, Mampster's just... Oh, and Mampster just hit as well then. Stu. Mampster's gone somewhere. Cam was trying to pick him up. But Sparky is now in third. Yeah, Mampster just lost it coming down out of Cascades. He went left, he went right. Went on the grass. There was a little tap back into the side of Stu. And Stu couldn't do much more than just stand his ground there. But Stu is in second place. But this man that's just now coming into Druids, JC Hop. It's a nice clean race. He was given the lead because of an incident that happened between Disco Racing Stu and Mampster. Stu did the right thing to let Mampster have that place back. And here is your round race 9 winner. It's JC Hop, followed by Disco Racing Stu, and a great drive by Sparky there. Mampster's in 4th, Scotty's in 5th. Offcut is going to come across the line in 6th, and Hamby is just now coming up to Lodge corner. Down Deers Leap and across the line. So that was round race 9, should I say, for League 1. Let's have a quick... Mampster unsafe return to track. Oh, okay. I didn't actually see what happened there, but Scott says he's seen it. Okay, so we're at don't know what happened there. Anyway, so we're going to go back to the lobby. Scott will reset the lobby for race 2. We've jumbled up grid, and I do believe it's 11 laps tonight. I'm just going to get a drink, and I'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm back. So yeah, so we've got a clear race now. 11 laps for the jumbled up grid race. So just waiting for everyone to waiting for it to screen up. So, oh, someone's glitching really badly there. I don't know if that's just on my screen. Is that off cut? I think it might be. He's going in and out of the pits like a Leoki Koki. Okay, why? Bit strange on the race feed. It says Poddy Flack retired. Okay. Okay, we've got 8 in here now. Offcut's on pole position, followed by Sparky, Mampster, JC, Hamby, Disco Racing Stew, and Scott. So just trying to figure out who that is. Glitching. Is that Stew that's glitching? Okay, Stew's there. Scott's at the back. Hamby, that's JC. Who is that glitching? Can you actually see that on the stream, guys? That is... I don't think that is... Whoever it is now just left by the looks of it. Because everyone's now synced up. So Offcut is on pole. As our pole man. There is a gap. Oh, and someone is just doing some weird stuff. Oh, he's just now turned onto the track, which was very interesting. And I think you were right. It was Disco Racing Stew that was glitching out. And Scott, I think that's just made Scott and Hamby go right off the track. Sparky's gone. Who's that? Just Offcut's just gone straight across the track now. JC's there in second. Offcut is now back there in 6th. It was a bit of a terrible start. I'm not too sure what was going on, but there you are. That is your top 4. All in the line. Sparky, JC, Mampster and Disco Racing Stew. Hamby's flying the cones about. And at the back you got Scott and Offcut. So Sparky is about half a second in front of JC. But these two guys are at it again, Mampster and Disco Racing Stew. That's how they were last time round. I'll just watch that on there. We've got a couple of things coming in, like the grey and orange Merc. Yeah. BJ, it was Poddy. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That was strange. PC2 loves a glitch. Yeah, you're right there. Anyway, so let's get back to the racing lap 2 now. So JC's sliding it around, but these 4 are covered by about a second. Stew goes to the outside, Mampster takes the inside. I think Stew's looking for the cutback. It didn't happen that time. But as you can see, Sparky is under a lot of pressure now from JC, who will probably be in turn be under pressure from Mampster and Disco Racing Stew soon. JC looks left, looks right. Oh, he's got a better run out. Oh, Sparky went a bit, cut him off. But look, there we go. There's Mampster just looking on the inside. There was a bit of a touch. Mampster pulls out of it, which is good racing, because I think if they touched again they would have been off. But Mampster's got to do all that work again now. But I think that all started with Sparky being very slow coming out of Knickerbrook going up to Clay Hill. But JC is back on Sparky's boot lid again. Sparky's gone. Oh, Sparky is weaving all over the place at the moment, trying to keep this position. Good hard racing. Oh, and Mampster just lost it and hit the barrier. Oh my word. He just touched the grass on the way out of Old Hall, and that was caused him just to spin. Oh, and oh, that's the other BMW spin. He's coming back on the track. Who's he going? Oh, he's just managed to miss everyone. That means JC is now in lead with Disco Racing Stew in second. No, he's not. Disco Racing Stew is alongside Merc versus Opal. Mampster's just watching to see what's going to happen. Just Stew goes in front. JC just slots behind. But JC hasn't given this up yet. JC is going to push Stu all the way, I think, on this. Maps is just waiting to see if there's going to be any incidents. Lap 3 of 11. So Sparky's back down there in 4th now, with the other BMW of Hanby chasing him down. Scott is there in 6th with Offcut. The camera angles are rubbish at the moment. In 7th. Let's go back up to the front. So Stu is trying to pull away, but JC ain't gonna let him have this one too easily, and Mampster is, these two fighting, Mampster is getting closer and closer and closer. Mampster's kept it on the black stuff this time round at Old Hall, down the avenue. This is the battle going on at the moment for first place. Mampster's just dropped off slightly. Stu takes a tight line, then goes out wide. That's probably the correct line going through there. Up over the hilltop. Coming down into the chicane. Try not to hit that curb on the way in, because that is a high-rise curb, and as we've seen before, Scott clobbered that in the first race. Went airborne and thought he was going to hit the tyres on the other side. So Stu has pulled a slight gap at the moment. Mampster is trying to stay on the end of these two. Sparky has had a bit of a lonely race now, because Hamby must have went off, because these two were close together, but Hamby's now dropped down to last place in 7th. Scott's now trying to chase down Sparky. An Offcut there in 6th. Looking at the front of that, I would say Hanby has definitely hit a wall or something again. It's very dented. So Stu has pulled a gap. JC is now probably, yeah, that's probably why, because JC is now under pressure. He's gone wide from Mampster. Mampster's alongside. He has down this little straight though. Has he got his nose in front? Can he turn into the hairpin? They give each other room. No, JC manages just to keep hold of that place. That was very clean racing there. I was expecting a bit of paint rubbing, but there was nothing, I don't think. JC's gone in a bit deep. Oh, Mampster had to back out really quickly then. We would have tapped JC around. This is now helping Stu get a 1.7 lead, second lead away from these guys. Mamps is having another go at JC. JC is now saying this in third, but JC's got the inside line at Lodge. Mampster is going to have another go going down into Old Hall. He's going to try the cut back if JC goes, and he's on the outside, he's on the inside, going down the avenue, and he's managed to squeeze through. JC left him enough room just to see him through, so JC is now flashing his lights. He doesn't want Mampster to get that place. He's going to fight back. Stu's now got a 2-second lead in front. But yeah, on the chat there, Bullion saying great move. Yeah, Mampster played that just right. There was just a big enough gap to get past, but I don't know if Mampster can now catch up with Stu. 6 out of the 11 laps gone. Mampster has managed to put in a bit of a gap with JC. whether Mamster can actually chase down Stu there in front. He's still got 2.5 second lead. Let's have a look down. So Sparky is on his own there in 4th. Scott is in 5th with Offcut behind. Oh, Scott's now doing a bit more grass cutting. Oh, and he's just decided to lose it coming out of the... Yeah, there he is. I'm grass cutting a bit more. Scott is definitely not liking this track tonight. So Offcut has moved up to 5th now. JC trying to chase down Mamster. Mamster has pulled quite a big gap. Going to Druids for the 7th time. Mamster's not really making any headway into that 2.5 second lead of Disco Racing Stew, but I'm sure that Mamster wouldn't mind taking a 2nd place. Yeah, Poddy Flack's just saying on the stream, on the comments on the stream, that Scott's not himself tonight. No, he did say earlier on that he didn't like Oulton Park, but yeah, he's definitely not. It's not his night tonight. So on lap 8, Disco Racing Stew has got 2.3 second gap from this guy Mamster. There you go, you can see it on the screen now. That's probably about the same amount of gap that between Mamster and JC. Sparky there. It's 4 seconds behind JC. And Offcut is 3 seconds behind, 4 seconds behind Sparky. Scotty is a second behind Offcut, as we can see on the screen. Lights ablaze, and then Hamby is there in a shortened BMW. But Stu's just managing this now. The gap has come down, but we're on lap 9 of 11. I think Mamster's going to run out of laps to catch up Stu, unless Stu makes a mistake. And as you can see, Mamster is on it. He's swinging that back end of that BMW around. A little bit of a lock up from Stu. He's gone a bit wide going in there. He didn't take the racing line where Mamster did. It's now 1.5 seconds behind, with 3 laps to go, or 2.5 laps, shall I say. Still don't think it's going to be enough. Hey, Shadowstalker's back with sound. I'm glad about that. You just had to catch up with the rest of it, Shadowstalker, on the stream later on when I load it up to YouTube. So yeah, the time he's got a lot in that now. It's now just over a second. It's under a second. So Mamster is absolutely on a flyer. Yeah, Poddy says Disco is a man on a mission. He's a good driver. He is, but Mamster has actually closed that gap quite considerably over the last couple of laps. We're on lap 10 of 11, so just under 2 to go. As you can see on there, Mamster is a lot closer. Just above the second now. Scott has moved up to 5th. Oh, there's a bit of a tweak there. Yeah, Mamster lost a bit of time coming out of the island hairpin, coming down to Hizzy chicane now. Stu swings it in there. Mamster tries the same. Yeah, the gap's gone to 1.3 now. Stu just needs to keep his composure. And I think he's got this one in the bag. Let's have a quick look and see what's going on. Sparky is there on his lonesome in 5th. Scott is in 6th. Offcut is in 6th. And it looks like we've lost Hanby. Never seen that one. Don't know if he's just had a disconnect or what that was. But we have lost Hanby. So Disco Racing Stu is now on lap 11 of 11. Mampster has got that down. I don't know if Stu's playing with him or Mampster's just quick. Like I said, it's now it's gone up again. He's coming out that hairpin just a little bit too much. Excuse me. Loses a bit too much time. Mampster does. Disco Racing Stu goes through Knickerbrook. Up over Clay Hill. 1.2 second gap. Back to Mampster. Into Druids. Out of Druids. Under Warwick Bridge. Coming down to Lodge Corner. Down in Deers Leap. And across the line. And there is your race 10 winner. Disco Racing Stu. Followed by Mampster. Followed by JC. Hoop, sorry. Sparky is going to come over in 4th. Scott is going to come over in 5th. So he smashes against the wall. And Offcut is there in 6th. So that is race 10 completed. Next week we will be at Snetterton. And to throw things in the mix, it's going to be foggy for qualifying and foggy for race 1. And I do believe it could be heavy fog. I do believe I was told. Yeah, no, just fog. And then heavy cloud for race 2. So next week that'll be Snetterton 300. The Snetterton 300 layout. But that was a cracking race from League 1 tonight. I haven't got really much else to say, so I'll be back next week for League 2 action on Tuesday night. So if you're available, come on to my stream and have some chat, have some good watching. From me, Greener Army 2009, stay safe, and I will see you all very soon.